Springtime with Miss Kelly. Frederick by Lionni. Along in the meadow where the cows grazed and the horses ran, there was an old stone wall. In that wall, not far from the barn and the granary, a chatty family of field mice had their home. But the farmers had moved away, and the barn was abandoned, and the granary stood still. And since winter was not far off, the little mice began to gather corn and nuts, wheat and straw. They all worked day and night, all except for Frederick. You see him working? Frederick, why don't you work? They asked. I do work, said Frederick. I gather sun rays for the cold, dark winter days. And when they saw Frederick sitting there staring at the meadow, they said, And now, Frederick. I gather colors, answered Frederick simply, for winter is gray. You see all of them working while he sits there? And when he appeared half asleep, Are you dreaming, Frederick? They asked reproachfully. But Frederick said, Oh no, I am gathering words, for the winter days are long and many, and we'll run out of things to say. They're still working while Frederick sits there and does nothing. The winter days came, and when the first snow fell, the 5 little field mice took to their hideout in the stones. And in the beginning there was lots to eat, and the mice told stories of foolish foxes and silly cats. They were a happy family. You see the food that they stored? But then they had nibbled up most of the nuts and berries. The straw was gone and the corn was only a memory. It was cold in the wall and no one felt like chatting. Then Frederick said, What about sun rays and colors and winds? What about your supplies, Frederick? They asked. Close your eyes, said Frederick, and he climbed on a big stone. Now, I send you the rays of the sun. Do you feel how their golden glow? As Frederick spoke of the sun, the 4 little mice began to feel warmer. Was it Frederick's voice? Was it magic? What do you think is happening right now? And how about the colors, Frederick? Close your eyes again. So Frederick had his friends close their eyes. And when he told them of blue periwinkles, the red poppies and the yellow wheat, the green leaves of berry bush, they saw colors as clearly as if they had painted them in their own minds. Look at all the colors. Frederick cleared his throat, waited a moment, and then he said, as if from a stage, Who scatters snowflakes? Who melts the ice? Who spoils the weather? Who makes it nice? Who grows the 4-leaf clovers in June? Who dims the daylight? Who lights the moon? 4 little field mice who live in the sky. 4 little field mice like you and I. One is the springtime mouse who turns on the showers. Then comes the summer who paints in the flowers. The fall mouse is next with the walnuts and wheat. And winter is last with little cold feet. Aren't we lucky the seasons are 4? Think of a year with less, or one more. When Frederick had finished, they all applauded. But Frederick, they said, you are a poet. Frederick blushed, took a bow, and said shyly, I know it. The end. Hope you enjoyed that story today.